Good to see you. Yeah, as a British man, or a British person to be absolutely correct, I can't get my head around the Second Amendment. I can't. I understand in America you have a right to possess a firearm to protect yourself, and it's enshrined in their constitution, the right to bear arms. Now, if I went to America, the first thing I would probably buy, in all truth, is a firearm because I'm aware of what happens with the culture and everything over there. And I would want the opportunity to defend myself as much as the next person. And I get that, I really do. But one thing I can't get, one thing I can't wrap my head around is how are young children effectively, or young adults, 18 to 21-year-old, with problems getting hold of firearms, not just any firearms, mind you, some very powerful firearms, and going and committing these atrocities in these schools and these public places. I mean, you look what happened on July the 4th for another example, and they all seem to be a pattern. They're all, young adult males who go out and commit these atrocities, and inevitably they're either going to get killed or they're going to get arrested. Either way, they're going to be stopped, but there's a big loss of life, innocent kids, or whatever. It's disgusting. It really is. I mean, I mentioned Uvalde earlier. Somebody at Uvalde drove at the place, literally crashed their car, got out of it, got in the school and went on a shooting rampage. And there's been an awful lot of changed stories about what's actually happened, what went on at the time, and what was the law enforcement's response to what was going on. I mean, I don't know if you can see it, this picture here. Showing the light on that. That is a picture of the internal hallway of the school. And you can see law enforcement there just waiting for what? There was gunfire going on, and there was children being effectively executed, I suppose. Leaked footage shows police holding back for 77 minutes during gunman's rampage. That's over an hour. Leaked video footage from the Uvalde school mass shooting shows police officers stood back for more than an hour as the gunman sprayed bullets into the classrooms filled with children. The clip, or the video clip online, actually starts with the perp, Salvador Ramos, 18, crashing his truck outside Robb Elementary School the morning of May the 24th before walking into the building with an AR-15. A teacher can be heard calling 911 and saying the kids are running. Oh my God, telling students to get down, get in their rooms and shut the doors and hide. A young boy appears in the frame and sees Ramos and runs away. He was presumably unharmed. The clip, which was obtained by the Austin American Statesman, shows the gunman firing towards a classroom and then walking in. Screams can be heard from kids and teachers inside. 3 minutes after the gunman, the first armed police officers can be seen arriving in the hallway and running towards the classroom. The cops rush towards the classroom and crouch down. A burst of gunfire is heard, and one officer can be seen grabbing his head, or the back of his head. The officers quickly run back to the end of the hallway, just below a surveillance camera. The footage shows that there was 13 rifles in the hallway within the first half hour of the massacre, so it looks like they certainly had the firepower to deal with him. The footage shows 13 rifles. The first shield arrived in less than 20 minutes after the gunman opened fire, but they could have done a lot of damage by then. Dozens of cops are seen in the hallway with equipment. I mean, this is Salvador Ramos. They put him out of it. They got in there in the end and put him out of it, but he just looks like a very disturbed young man. Officials had announced that the video would be released this coming Monday. On Tuesday, Republican Dustin Burrows, who was chairman of the Texas House panel investigating the massacre, said it would be released a day early on Sunday after being shown to the community. Burrows' Texas governor, Greg Abbott, and many of the victims' families called for the video to be released. The Statesman said it published an edited version of the video before it was set to be released in order to show how the law enforcement response unfolded. The video tells in real time the brutal story of how heavily armed officers failed to immediately launch a cohesive and aggressive response to stop the shooter and save more children if possible, the newspaper wrote. And it reinforces the trauma of those parents, friends and bystanders who were outside the school and pleaded with police to do something, and for those survivors who quietly called 911 from inside the classroom for help. There were kids alive when they were shot, and because they weren't got too fast enough, they unfortunately paid the price. Now, everybody's clamoring on about law enforcement failure, what they could have done different, what didn't they do that they should have done, who's responsible, was it the guy in there? And I just think to myself, where is the failure in the system that allowed that guy to have that weapon in the first place? Where is the failure in the system which didn't provide a deterrent to stop these guys doing this in the first place? It makes my blood boil. I can't get it.